Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of I forgot what I am playing, Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we finished the Alliance Raid series of Heavensward. And in this episode we're going to go and begin the normal raid series. Is Uplander seeing a giant of iron rising from river? Yustola and Sid leave to learn more, but are not back yet. Greatest plight of Gobbyflock. Giant is too big, can squash Idleshire flat. Where are Uplanders? Calm yourself, Slowfix. Ah, Lyn, 'tis well you are here, for our need is dire. A colossus of steam and steel has risen from the Thaliac. Yet it is no mere forgotten contrivance of Shardian. The resultant etheric disturbance confirms that it is a primal, and that it was summoned amidst the ruins left for the river to reclaim. For a mercy, it stopped dead no sooner than it had broken the water surface. But so long as it remains in our realm, it may spring to life again at any moment. Yes, but what does Uplander find near Idleshire? Is wilderness still heavy with ether? Nay, the ether grows perilously thin, and more swiftly than I could have imagined. The primal is bleeding the land dry. Should it be suffered to continue, this entire region will become a barren waste in a matter of moons. No, Gobbyflock has only just found home after long wanderings. Idleshire will not fall. Slowfix will not allow it. And nor will we. I have already spoke with Alfino, and he concurs that we Scions of the Seventh Dawn must do all in our power to eliminate the threat. Yet, given its size, I deem it wise to attack from two fronts. Our first and most obvious recourse is to keep our foe in check with blade and magic, much as we have done with other such adversaries. Second, I propose that we attempt to cut off the flow of ether which sustains it, by physically separating the primals from the land, or the primal from the land. If we are to be rid of the Colossus, I think the latter course is more promising, and mean to enlist Master Matoya's aid in pursuing it. Yet such things take time. Thus I have asked Master Gollum to remain here and keep watch over our foe. Given its apparently mechanical nature, his expertise should prove invaluable to you. To you, I say, for I would leave the fate of Idleshire in your hands. Should the primal chance to stir ere my return, you are to join Sid in repelling it. An unenviable task, but one for which you are singularly qualified. Rest assured, I do not mean to linger with Master Matoya any longer than necessary. The moment we find a solution, I shall make haste to rejoin you here. Well then, let us be about our duties. I am ready for you to discuss strategies with Sid. Backwicks is keeper of knowledge for Idleshire. Can say where Sid has gone. Uplander should start with Backwicks. I know at least one person who will be like, finally, he's unlocking Alexander. Which is understandable, since it is a very fun little place. And not as involved as Coils. Backrix is keeper of knowings and data. What does Uplander wish to learn about? Ah, Uplander come in search of Sid, yes? My thanks for sharing your knowings, Backrix. These Illuminati are indeed most hostile. Ah, Lyn, old friend. You haven't seen Yustola, have you? Drained of all ether in a matter of mere moons. 7 hells. How much power does that thing need? Too much, plainly. Well, it sounds as if we have an urgent dismantling job on our hands. From what Backrix has been telling me, the Illuminati are the most likely culprits. They have the knowledge to summon a primal and the requisite short-sightedness not to think better of it. Fanatical captures their philosophy nicely, I think, their goal being nothing less than sole ownership of all the world's technology. Needless to say, they're more than willing to kill anyone who stands between them and what they want. Quite how they managed to coax a primal into the husk of a Shardian defense mechanism, I don't know. But it looks like they've made themselves a tidy little fortress inside the Colossus. We'll need to contend with them if we're to disable the thing. As for the task itself, simply destroying whatever serves as its engines should do the trick. Assuming it is in fact mechanical. But before all that, we'll need to find a way in, through yet another bloody barrier. Barrier is not new. Rose up 3 years ago after Grant made shivery shakes. Ruin was freed from riverbed then. Randrox was there, saw with his own 2 eyes. Randrox? Sorry, who is? Daughter of Slowfix. Randrox loved junk more than all other gobbies. Was collecting then, and is playing now, look. Shiny junk and sparkly rocks, speedy bops and whirly cocks. I'm sorry for interrupting, Randrox, but I need to ask you a question. When the ground shook 3 years ago, did something come bobbing up to the river's surface? Bobbing? Nothing bobbed, silly uplander. Grant made shivery shakes when Giant of Whirlycogs stood. And then magic walls came up too. So it wasn't a tremor that freed the Colossus, it was the Colossus which caused the tremor. And you are absolutely certain you saw it rise from the waters, young one? Seven hells. I think someone tried and failed to summon it 3 years ago, but was it the Illuminati or... Brayflux can't betray tongue flaps, Outlander. Ah, just a goblin. Sulfix tells me you're his resident expert on the Illuminati. Pardon me a moment while I consult with my fellow upliner. Then if I may make a suggestion, I'll speak with Brayflux and learn what I can of our opponents. In the meantime, could you investigate the Colossus itself? Biggs and Wedge are near where its hand landed on the shore of the Thaliac. Join them and see if you can't find a way inside the machine. Oh, and good luck with that barrier. So, how's the barrier coming along, boys? Lynn, come to see the Colossus, eh? The chief has us looking for a way in. Of course there's a blatant barrier around the thing. Aye, another one. Luckily for us, when the big fella came down, its hand clamped onto the shore here, punching a hole in its defenses, and leaving that round portal there unprotected. Only trouble is, it's locked and doesn't seem to have a key. For want of a better idea, Wedge is listening into Illuminati link pro communications, in hopes they'll mention the trick to opening it. Dee-da-dee-da-dee-dee. There's only one signal coming from inside the giant, and it's always the same pattern. I'm certain it's a code. The Illuminati always use coded messages from what I hear. They've developed a special kind of crystal specifically for transmuting link pro waveforms. If you could get our hands on one, the chief's decoding system, a machine here, should theoretically be able to use it to untangle the meaning. Quite where it finds the crystal is another matter. Does Uplander know Randrox? She makes great collection of junk and things. Maybe use keeping crystal a shortstop. Wouldn't that be a stroke of luck? And it just so happens I've been working on a means of identifying the crystal in question. Here, Lynn, take this 3G7001B. Sprinkle that powder over the so-called collection and look for anything that glimmers. It should contain the material we need. You may have to borrow one of Randrock's treasures, but I'm sure she won't mind if you tell her it's for a good cause. Sure, buddy. I got you, homie. A hodgepodge mixture of seemingly random items from Wedge's workspace. The engineer claims it can be used to detect the presence of a certain crystal within solid matter. He's also asked that you do not ask him again about why it is called 3G7001B. Amongst the jumble of bits and bobs, you spy a faintly glimmering stone. No. No. Hello? What is Uplander doing? Sneaky taker. Treasure belonged to Randrox. Uplander needs it for a giant of whirlycocks, but glowstone is most favored treasure of Randrock's. Alright. But Uplander must promise to bring it back, or Randrock is getting very angry. Yes. No worries, I'm also speaking coded language. All my videos are actually coded messages to an alien race. Ah, Lynn, no burns, I see. Oh, no reason. Tell me, did the 3G7001B reveal anything? Unsure of its origin, Randrox has given this light-emitting rock a compound name, a linguistic inconvention common in the Goblin tongue. Thank you, and you have my word that I'll give this back to Randrox when I've finished with it. Now, let's take a listen to what the Illuminati are really saying. Goodness, all infernal beeping is gone. Now it's a message, clear as day. Let's see. Today's schedule for Gordius. Registration at 7th bell. Stop. Louster curl cups at 3rd bell. Stop. Rest and recuperate at 2nd bell. Repeat. Today's schedule for Gordius. Curl lousing? But I'm sure that was the only message. This has to be some sort of chest. Don't be daft, Wedge. Just another code. Need the proper crystal and the proper knowledge to understand it. Ugh. Bit Illuminati. Should have known it wouldn't be so easy. Quite a conundrum you have there. No idea who's talking. Oh, hello. But it's your lucky day. I'll crack the code, assuming you can come to a little arrangement. I am a treasure hunter by trade, and there's a certain something I want inside the giant. I help you get inside, you help me get out with it. A fair deal, no? Name is Mike, by the way. Charmed, I'm sure. You are aware that the interior is almost certainly swarming with Illuminati, yes? Why do you think I came to you? There's strength in numbers, friend. Best we join forces, eh? Now, the words you intercepted are largely gibberish, but paired with the numbers, well, you'll see. 7, stop, 3, stop, 2, wasn't it? You were the big one. See the pipes atop the hatch? That'll be a valve up there, with a hand wheel. Imagine it's a clock and try turning it right to 7, left to 3, and then back to 2. Haha, we did it! We did it! What's that infernal racket? Not a cutscene yet, okay. So the Illuminati have been announcing the way to enter the Colossus all along. Strange. Well done cracking the code anyway. I had less success, sadly. I'm afraid Braveflox knows little more than we do about the Illuminati's plan or the Primal. Come, things aren't as bad as all that. We found a way inside the machine. We'll just have to learn about it as we go. It's only a massive mammoth after all. Stopping it should be as simple as destroying its core. If we send in a suitably intrepid team of survivors, I don't see why we can't trace the machine's power. Back to the source via the struts and piping. And I know just the woman to lead the party. What say you, Lynn? And what of me, pray tell? I opened the way for this grand expedition of yours. Surely that's earned me a place in your little band to hunt for my treasure. You did as you promised, and you may do as you will now. But only so long as your treasure hunt doesn't endanger the mission. I'd join you if I could, but there's something I need to see to first. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge here in case of emergencies. Good luck, my friend. These two fools. The fist of the father, now accessible. Yikes! Okay. I will be right back. Beep-map. Time for the first one. So, as opposed to coils, from this one hour the normal raids can be done with just duty roulette. They're not super difficult. And people are... There is also a roulette based on these normal raids. This and the upcoming normal raids from... like normal raid series from other expansions. So, finding people for this with Duty Finder is actually quite feasible this time. Very easy, one might say. In any case, it should be much easier than finding people for an alliance raid. Let me greet the peeps. So get to listen to this beautiful song. I just noticed that the paladin is using the weapons that I was using. That I'm using for my paladin. Or paladin. I make that joke once a minute. Alright, the Faust. What does the Faust do? The Faust does as the Faust does. It just does kind of like a semi-tank buster, just a big move every now and again. And his damage will also increase over time. You'll just get more and more damage stacks, as I can quite clearly see over there. The idea with the Storm Dolls is just like that there are extra adds to take care of. They do cleave, so try to, you know, keep them out of the way from your party. Other than that, usually the idea is to just take down the Faust first. Like to just focus, everybody focus on the Faust. And the off-tank will just grab the Storm Dolls to keep them out of the way of the party. Why would you? Well, whatever, you can have that one. I don't care. There we go. And time for a little cutscene for our boss. To get introduced to some of the amazing music in this place. Well, hey! And the other tank actually turned their tank sense off. To allow me to tank. It's my first time doing this content, guys. That would be a joke. Anyway, the oppressor, the processor does a lot of random stuff, and I honestly do not know all of its mechanics. I've not done the savage versions of these fights either, so I have absolutely no idea what these fights are actually about. That's just a marker. Somebody's just gonna get shot by me by freaking. I see, you get followed by like by missiles basically. Interesting. Resin bomb. Just around me, reason people. Photon spacer. So line AoE. Royal Fund is just a creep, so once again try to keep the enemy off of the rest of the party. Emergency deployments. Which will drop these little things which just disappeared because he entered a new phase. Where he will summon the processor oppressor, not processor. He will summon the oppressor 0.5. If they are close to each other, they will slowly but surely start to give each other damage stacks. So I think the normal idea is that you would like separate them from each other. Once you kill one of them, the other will also go into self-detonate mode. So keep that in mind too. So you need to be able to kill this one before he finishes the cast, or we are all dead. But it's fine. Nice. One of them is painted and the other one isn't. I think everybody left because I already have the loot of this. People tend to be like, okay, open the chest and run for your life, because the loot you get over here you can use to trade, like all these little bits and bobs you can use to trade for different pieces of gear. But yeah, usually people just regard it as trash, and they just open a chest and run away. So that somebody else gets all the trash dumped in their inventory. But I don't see it as trash, because I may actually get some stuff. Expertly done, adventurer. Well, what have we here? Sorry, Randrux could not stay away. So many new treasures here. Treasures? Oh, you mean the odd bits and bobs. Well, little one, these machina are yours to take. And some of them are rather beautiful, I must admit. Uplander can tell pretty machines from ugly, just like Randrux. Huh. No harm in adding one more to our company, is there? I'll keep an eye on her. Damn it, I was so sure. Uplanders are unwise to come, but most of all is treasure hunter. What she seeks is not here, not in all of Gordius. As I live and breathe, quick things all thoughts, master of the Illuminati. Gobbies are backstrapped with boom dust. Uplander shoots everybody kabooms. Uplander ear catches tongue flaps of master. Enigma Codex for plants making is gone. Illuminati are already undertaking Alexander Initiative. Foolish Gobby. Secrets are kept silent. Tongue flaps never traded with outsiders. Has quick things not ordered so many times? Master, forgive noise makings of empty head. Gobby did not think. Please, Gobby will take any punishment, just not worst one. Now. Uplander is shooting gobbies. And boom dust does not harm Uplanders. Blood, Uplander, blood for fallen gobby kid. I think now would be a good time to leave. Uplander, what is Enigma Codex? Treasure? Yes, young one. My treasure. Yeet! Alright. Bleeding hells, face to face with the head of the Illuminati, eh? Sounds like quite an adventure. And this Alexander Initiative has got me wondering. You reckon it might be the giant's name? No sign of the core, though, eh? Well, we'll just have to look further in. I'll let the chief know anyway. He'll be happy to hear Mide. Mide, I think I'm just gonna call her Mide. And Randrox are safe too. Those two haven't stopped talking about machines since I got back. Can't say I've ever thought of junk as pretty, but each to their own. Ah, Lynn, ready to have another go at finding the giant's core? Wait, could you... Oi, Wedge, stop listening to that bloody link pearl. We barged through the Illuminati front door. They know we've broken their code. But I've just this moment intercepted a new communication. If you give me a moment to... there, it says... Oh, death to our planners, death to our planners. I think we may have started a war. Alright, the cup of the father. I will be right back again. Alright. Through the gates of hell, as we make our way to heaven. Through the steampunk lines. This is Alexander. Whoa! It's freaking interesting. A while. Alright, off we go. Seems like the other tankers are tanks, and so I'm just gonna leave them to do the tanking. Because why wouldn't I? There's like a lot of, I guess similar to coils. There's just a lot of like little trash encounters on the way, and then a big boss at the end, or a big boss at the end. Oh, this is the one where you just jump down, I see. Okay. You could kill the enemies, or you could just keep running. Then only the main tank is just gonna get his face shot in. Now you do have to take care of this crew though. I think I'm just gonna leave most of my cooldowns for the moment for the battle. Speaking of the battle, this is my least favorite battle in this entire place. Once again, I haven't done Savage things, so I don't know if it's actually interesting in Savage, but in normal it's not that interesting. But it's funny though. And they pulled. Alright. So this fight is basically a glorified ad killing match. They all have their initial, like they all have their own little mechanics. You can also take these little mounts of theirs and do different things with them. But I can't really say much about this honestly, because of the entire part where it's just... I don't know the mechanics of this one at all. There's a couple of little things, but other than that, there's not really much to it. It more feels like a glorified, like, ad killing. Anyway, we do get to witness these freaking giant boys. Bang zoom. No idea what that is. Ah, it decreases my fire resistance. I think in any case. Either that or it was the bomb. Sometimes I drop bombs over here, and then the boys and the people in the mounts can pull them away with a grappling hook maneuver. Another bomb in our midst. I don't think that the people with their mounts have noticed. Yep. Another bomb. I'm already these boys. Damn, boy. He's sick. I'm taking some damage. I do have a lot of vulnerability down because of the enemies. There's certain enemies that just hit you with vulnerability down in this fight. Let's... There we go. Oh shit, the tank died. Oh, the other tank. Didn't even notice. And that's it. This is a piece of content. Who knows? Savage may be much more interesting. At least it's funny, just beating up a crew of gobbies. This place has some wild freaking lighting in it. Is he gonna roll for the things or not? Or is he just open and is that gonna run? Like, what are you doing, buddy? May as well. I'm gonna go for it. I wanna see what goodies I can get. Uplander is amazing! Uplander is stronger than 10 gobbies. Ah, there you are, old friend. I was beginning to wonder if I'd ever find you. Big's account left something to be desired, so I thought it best to see the interior with my own eyes. A treasure hunters through and through. Tell me, what exactly do you hope to find here? Ever heard of the Enigma Codex? It's a book of ideas written some 100 years past. The life's work of one of the greatest technologists ever to draw breath. Within its pages are found myriad wonders, from designs for machina that could operate ceaselessly for centuries to novel ways of culturing cheese. Even a fragment of the book could bring a king's ransom, not random. But most remarkable of all are the plans for a walking citadel. It was to be a beacon of logic and reason for all the world. A walking citadel? Seven hells we're standing in it, aren't we? The Illuminati's primal took its form from that idea. But I sense that none of this is news to you. You've read it then, this Enigma Codex? The design created for every needful thing, from warm beds to crops of grain. Its occupants would never have to leave, and all in a fortress of feet, impenetrable and ready to move at a moment's notice. The citadel was meant to bear the most brilliant scholars and artificers of the age to all four corners of the world, that they might set about unraveling the mysteries of creation. And this utopia, the shining seat of erudition, was to be called Alexander. If Roundrocks lived in Walking Castle, Roundrocks could collect treasure from everywhere. Indeed you could, little one. And anything you found, be it junk, forgotten teachings, or lost secrets, would be yours for the taking. And what exactly would the Illuminati do with all this knowledge? They would use it to take control, most likely. Create a world ruled by a few chosen scholars. Unless I'm mistaken, that's why the Illuminati exist. Bloody fanatics. Take a perfectly good idea and make it into an object of faith. What could possibly go wrong? I can well imagine how a people who have spent decades carrying their homes on their backs might crave a home that could carry them. How such a place could seem like a utopia. But we're not talking about a machine here, we're talking about a primal, and primals will be the death of us all. I trust you'll be ready when things come to a head, Lynn. Utopia is happy place. Where there is junk aplenty, Roundrocks is happy. Where is very happy place of Mide? Might? What am I gonna say? Might. Wherever he is. Oh, I apparently forgot to remove the thing. Oh well. Okay. This Enigma Codex sounds amazing. A walking citadel? Citadel's one thing, but a self-sustaining walking citadel. Genius. It's a pity the Illuminati had to go and make a bleeding primal out of it. From what I understand, this Alexander was active for no more than a few seconds. That's seconds, and it night drained to the hinterlands of ether. Imagine what it'd do if it wanted the whole bleeding world. I don't think Randrox realizes how much danger we're in here. Too busy hunting for new treasures. Probably for the best though, eh? We've got ourselves a problem then, but don't worry, the Chief has a plan. Speaking of whom, Chief, over here. All present and correct, I see. Good. Something has been nagging at me for a while then, and I finally realized what it is. It concerns the communications wedge intercepted. So we know that the Illuminati have managed to establish a base inside the Colossus, meaning they must also have found a way to pierce the magic barrier. Assuming that's the case, what need have they to use the only hatch, which the barrier doesn't protect? And why go to the trouble of sending coded messages on how to unlock it? The answer? Spies. I believe the Illuminati have an agent outside the Colossus, most like in Idleshire itself, who is using the hatch as a backdoor. Now this agent will know we've broken their code and that the hatch is constantly watched, so he won't have been able to use it for some time. As such, he'll doubtless be desperate to re-establish contact from the inside, or with the inside. That's why I've cleared the area around the giant's hand. All we need to do now is watch and wait, and follow whoever makes a dash for the hatch. Chief Link per call from Redbricks. He says Brayflux went inside, but she can't be. No, it must be an impersonator. Chief, whoever you met earlier was a spy. Quick, you've got to go after her. As we unlock the arm of the Father. Father. Alright, BRB again. Okay, that was something. I have paused recording and I hear like a sound in the background, just like a clap sound or whatever. It's... Okay. Anyway, next duty. As we see a goblin. Hello. Man, Mide, you should really... What do I... You know, fucking... I'm just gonna call him Mide. Whatever. Like how they're gonna go this way and we're gonna go up the stairs. Also, Mide should really, turn her body around, not like only her upper body, because it's gonna break your freaking spine. Alright. I am going to be a white mage for this one. Because why not? As our little Battlefield Paladin runs like crazy. He just gotta get his morning exercise out of the way. At 8 PM. Well, it's 8 PM for me, but it could be different for somebody else. Mind you. Holy time, baby! Holy shit. I love Harley. I love it so much. Good spell. So just an initial little encounter of enemies. You can stand, like if you stand as such, you'll be slowed down. So keep that in mind. Let's free. Way down we go. As we meet a boss who is very infamous in the Savage Circle. Although I haven't fought him in Savage yet, so I guess I will learn in the future what he's actually like. Say hello to Pepsi Man! People just call him Pepsi Man. Anyway, this thing is also known as the static killer, so... Or static destroyer. Right. Whee! If you stand out of the arena, you will get hit with a... what's it called? You'll get hit with a paralysis debuff. And also take damage, of course. He will do his line attacks every now and again. Other than that, he does cleave every now and again too, so... Once again, try to point him away from the rest. Sluice, this will be something I have to spread for, I think. Oh, damn. Even more water and water and water. It's water and water to fight. Probably should have used Ass Eyes a little bit later. Alright, at some point he's gonna get sucked back in and turn into a new little thing. Okay, this thing flaps. Actually, what am I doing? I have flowers now. Wash away will knock you back, by the way. Just keep it in mind. Because you will probably get knocked. Like, if you don't know it, you will probably get knocked into the ball. Holy bejesus. He's taking a lot of damage. Let me go and do this. At some point it's also gonna like split into two little liquid things. And it will also hit the main tank, like whoever the hell is tanking with these freaking bond to defense debuffs. So normally you're supposed to, you know, take these with both tanks, but now we just have one tank who takes them. Which is quite intriguing. Try have to heal through. And then we have the tornado. Don't stand close to it. Oh, it's invulnerable even, sorry. You have to kill the lubricants then. That's how it works. Let me go do this. Oh, I just noticed that they blow up. And do damage too. Interesting. Another fight that I have not done in Savage. From this point on, I've only really done Coil Savage, so I only really know the mechanics from that. But most of the time, you don't really need to know the mechanics for a lot of these normal raids from this point onward, because they're not really super hard. It would be like, I think it would just make sense. Like the difficulty would make sense. Like the farther you go, the more difficult that the fights do become. But in general, it's really not too bad. What the fuck happened to them? Go and go up. Once we get tethered to each other, then you will have like a magnetic thing. If you get bonked into each other, you will take a buttload of damage. Nice. And gone with the tornado. And back into your boy. And now he's going to make himself shinier and use Cascade. Which will do rate wide damage and create little puddles. Stand in puddles, you get dropsy. It's a damage over time thing again. Try to not stand in it like this guy. Who just does not care. Well, he is a black mage, I suppose, but still. Oh, crap. You're opposite, so we get attracted to each other, so I need to run away. So we don't bonk into each other. Damn it. I'm sorry. It's not far enough away. That's a little bit annoying. Let me just go and try to... There we go. Good enough. Good enough. GT Camprito. Because I got all the trash. Look at this trash. I don't care though, give me all the trash. Give it to me. Yeah. Give me all your freaking trash. Yeah. God, we found it. Good. Knowings of missing piece are with the Illuminati. God, we did well indeed. This is how you treat those who please you? Now is realm in chaos, broken, machine with too many parts. But the Illuminati plan needs one thing. Missing piece to bring world order. Give world harmony. Make world perfect. And what of those who don't fit your vision of perfection? How many must die to pay for your utopia? Don't you see? You summon a goddamn primal. It will devour the ether of every land you visit until Heidelin and everything on it is dead. Inside fortress of Illuminati, chosen will live on. If inferior on outside die for progress, so be it. This is cost of seeking for knowings. Hell's take you on your damn seeking. Wise uplanders find happiness in Illuminati rule. Unwise uplanders utopia does not need. So it's obey or die then. Bah, the whole concept is grotesque. No, Sid, like the rest of the ideas set out in the Enigma Codex, Alexander's are wonderful in itself. It's wonderful in itself. Perfect even. But in the rush to realize its ideals, even the best of us can be led astray. Oh, so once upon a time the Illuminati were starry-eyed philanthropists? Is that it? And it was only after they got their hands on your perfect bloody codex that they turned to vicious killers? Tell me. Was there any passage in particular that convinced them to abandon their last shred of empathy? I cannot speak for the precise contents of the codex. Not anymore. But I haven't forgotten everything I read. I think I can stop the core, if you can get me close enough. You think you can, or you know you can. What of its location? It's somewhere in the trunk. How close we are to that, I can't say. Randrox can say. 2 pastes of Randrox are one yam, so, by count of Randrox, chest of Whirligog Giant is only little further. Clever girl. You've been measuring how far we've come from the start. Clever girl. Alright, I propose we withdraw for the time being. I don't know what will happen when we breach the core, but I do know that we'll be better equipped to deal with it if we are well rested and ready for anything. All should be well enough. No one should have the power to choose who lives and who dies. The idea is too vile, too insidious to be left unchallenged. We have to act. If we don't, Alexander will awaken, and the Illuminati will be unstoppable. Make no mistake, Lynn. It's now or never. I think I have the knowledge required to shut down the Giant's core, but if I'm to reach it, I'll need you to lend me your strength. Well, really? The Illuminati's latest message is, well, let's just say it's unsuited for polite company. I should be much obliged if you teach those privy-mouthed savages some manners, then. I love the fact that he's just listening to these goblins talk and just... good stuff. Alright, BRB again. Alright, time to be a scholar. Yay. I mean, it's fine, but... also, it's not. Anyway, the Burden of the Father. Each one of these sets is going to have 4 raids in total, from this point onwards. And this is the final one of this first set. If you like steampunk, you're gonna love all of this. By the way. Are we just playing half naked? I swear. Also a banger of a song. Let's see if I remember how this plays Scholar at this level. What do I have at this level? Well, the enemy has damage, that's for sure. Also, Aoi is the shield hero and I'm a shield hero. This'll be fun. So, we have these orbs that you can intercept. They are going to be aimed towards a player. Couldn't really rightly tell you which player, but... it definitely will be aimed towards a player. Once you take care of one of the feet, then the manipulator's gonna come down and you can attack him. You're gonna give everybody a shield. Since I do think that he does a raid-wide damage in a moment. There we go. Mortal Revolution. Let me go and do one of these, since I can. And I can also do one of these. Alright. When it comes to those things, one person will be tethered with a lot of different tethers. You can take them from each other. Like from other people, you can basically intercept them again. At random, people are also going to get quarantined, where they're going to be separated from the party and have to deal with their own enemy. Often, God knows where. Some jagged dolls will appear from time to time too. Which is just another random ad to do with. We'll hit you with this stuff. What is it again? If it continues exhaustively release the relief pressure. I have no idea what that does. To be 100% honest. This music is so good. Actually, like in the beginning, I didn't really like it that much, but it really grew on me after a while. Alright, Judgment Nisi, both me and Aoi need to stay away from each other as far as I'm aware. Like, two people of the opposite element, I think have to stay away from each other. I still do not properly understand how this mechanic works. Discord, whatever the hell that is. Just gonna fucking shield myself, because who knows? And he's done. What are the mechanics? Nobody knows. Well, I guess I will at some point learn once I do Savage, but you know. That is for the future. Also, check this. They really knew what they were doing. Happy Lynn. Where's my Lynn Happy emote? I'm waiting for it. Right. And all the loot is mine! You mean all the trash, but you know, sitting here and there. We're here, and none of us for wear. So if you need another pair of hands, just say the word. So this is the heart of the machine, eh? I knew I should have brought a bigger hammer. Not that I'll be needing it, of course. Isn't that right, Midday? I'm just gonna keep saying midday because it's what automatically happens in my head for some kind of reason. Look! Greater are knowings and brain cases of unwise than quick things believed. Perhaps quick things judge too quickly. Perhaps Illuminati should study uplanders. It is before eyes of Gobby. Good. Do not fail. Illuminati have no use for failing Gobbies. End of Gobbies' long wanderings is close. Something isn't right. Something isn't right at all. The way Quick Things spoke, you'd think he had won. Didn't seem too bothered, that's for sure. You think he might have planned for stopping Alexander's core? What was it the chief said again? About the Illuminati finding what they needed to complete their plan? Something along the lines of a missing piece, I thought. And what if Quick Things is Honor Guard? Honor Guard, the two adults who were ever at his side. Why aren't they here? The Illuminati must surely have known we were coming. What could be more important than protecting their leader? You don't think you sent them to Idleshar, do you? Or our backs are turned, like... That would be... Come on! Giant loses powers. Uplanders succeed. Never mind that, man. Did the Illuminati come? Is Idleshar safe? How does Uplander know? Yes, many Illuminati come to take stuffs of Gobbiflock. Great was chaos. But suddenly Illuminati go and take only junk not worth Chinkly Shine. Came barging in, ready to start a war, and then scuppered with a handful of bleeding junk? Hold on a minute. Where were they last seen? Red bricks things near the shortstop. Roundrocks, come on! I'll go and find the chief. He'll know what to do. So these episodes will be running longer because I do intend to do these in one episode, basically. Like a turn, or it's not really a turn, I guess. One thing per thing, whatever. Uplanders are gone too long for comfort of red bricks. Shorts up his pace of clashing with the Illuminati. Illuminati are up to no good, maybe using confusion to do foul things. Uplander must go and see. Make sure all is well. Is everything still as we found it? They haven't come back, have they? No, they're gone for now, and everyone seems to be fine, physically, at least. But Round Rocks. Gone. All gone. Poor thing. The Illuminati took everything. I'm just glad she was off collecting trinkets with Backrix when they came. I don't think what might have happened had she been here. Come, come, little one. Dry your tears. One thief, unconscious. We found him lurking near the edge of town, not far from your treasures, Round Rocks. Uplander brings treasures home. Thanks to Upland. Many, many thanks. It was all big, little one. He had a feeling a few soldiers might be lurking around, waiting to ambush us. And this is what we stumbled into when we went to look. But why did the Illuminati take Round Rocks' collection in the first place? Surely that can't have been their goal. I wouldn't be so sure. Were I to guess, I'd say that the Illuminati believed something they wanted was hidden amongst Round Rocks' pile of trinkets. Rather than waste time sorting through them, they decided to take the lot, but when they subsequently realized they didn't have what they were looking for, they crept back into town and had to wait for a chance to seize whatever it is they actually wanted. What if bad gobbies want most favored this treasure of Round Rocks? Why not is safe with Uplanders? You mean the glowstone that Lynn borrowed? But of course, it's been sitting in a decoding machine all along. Yes, Round Rocks would be sad without pretty glowstone. It's a special treasure from near old castle. Rusty one that was left by Uplanders from before. Wait, what do you mean before, Round Rocks? Were you near the Charlian ruins when the metal giant first appeared? Yes. Round Rocks saw a whirlycock giant stand 3 years ago, but it was only for a little bit, and big gobbies did not believe Round Rocks. 3 years ago, when someone tried and failed to summon the primal? A fragment of the Codex. Of all the places in the realm. Only a fragment of the original, so the crystal must be the Illuminati's missing piece. We may have stopped their primal and taken their prize, but our foes are not about to admit defeat. They'll be back and out for blood like as not. But we've got you, Lynn, and I'm sure you'll be ready for the onslaught when it comes. But I suggest you make merry till then. One cuts into the other. Round Rocks is happy. Many friends were. You think of Round Rocks, Uplander is one. Round Rocks, thanks kind Uplander. Let me chime in as well, then. Round Rocks' home needed protection, and you provided it. Not many would do that, and certainly not in the face of a primal. You have my thanks also. Mire helped out Round Rocks too. Uplanders have good hearts and kind. Only so many of us find Machina pretty, my dear. We have to stick together, don't we? Did Mide always like whirlycocks and bibbly-bops? Not like you, Round Rocks. My love. He adored the things. Inventing, building, and tinkering with them. Mide always touches hurt mark when remembering. Do I? Well, I suppose I do. Those times were something else, little one. My friends and I. We were lost in our dream. We sought to put the pieces of the broken world with logic, reason, and technology, but we were uncertain But and we were certain we could do it too. I hadn't much skill with thinking up things or making them, but I helped in my small ways. And a feeling of aiding in someone else's dream, sharing it, washes over you like a wave of happiness. I've never felt that way since. Now it all seems so far away. Even the memories feel like I dreamed them, rather than lived them. Well, enough of that. Roundrock is right, adventure. You're a kindly soul. Keep an eye on our girl till next we meet, will you? Alright. And that is it for the first part of the Alexander questline. I hope you enjoyed this episode of this. I was playing Final Fantasy XIV, and next episode we're going to go and deal with the next part. Goodbye.